A human baby enters the world with almost nothing. No strength. No survival skills. No ability to protect itself. If you left it alone in nature, it would not survive even a few hours. So here's the real question. How did humans ever survive as a species? Because logically, we shouldn't have. And yet, you are here. That means something impossible somehow worked. Picture a newborn human in the ancient world. No shelter. No medicine. No safety. Every sound in the forest could be danger. Every shadow could mean death. And this tiny body carries the future of an entire bloodline. It cannot walk. It cannot hunt. It cannot even regulate its own temperature. Biologically speaking, it should be one of the easiest creatures to lose from nature. But it isn't. Why? The answer begins inside your skull. Human brains are massive compared to other animals. But there's a problem. A fully developed human brain at birth would make the head too large to pass through the birth canal. So evolution made a brutal compromise. Humans are born earlier than they should be. In simple terms, every human baby is unfinished. Not weak by mistake, but by design. And that changes everything. Because of this early birth, human babies depend completely on others for years. Not days, not weeks, but years of total dependency. So survival is no longer an individual task. It becomes something else entirely. A shared responsibility. And this is where humans became different from every other species on Earth. Ancient humans didn't rely on just one parent. They relied on everyone. Children were not raised alone. They were surrounded. Held. Carried. Watched. Protected. Aunts, uncles, siblings, elders. Everyone played a role. Survival wasn't personal. It was collective. Like a living safety net. Among the most important people were the elders. People who could no longer have children, but became more valuable than ever. Because they remembered things others forgot. Which plants heal fever? Which roots are poisonous? Which seasons bring danger? Before science existed, memory was survival. In ancient life, babies were rarely put down. They were carried against the body almost constantly. Heartbeat. Breathing. Warmth. This wasn't just comfort. It was biological survival. A baby's nervous system depends on physical contact to stay stable. Without it, stress rises. Temperature drops. Survival becomes harder. Touch was not emotional. It was essential. Even with care. Infancy was the most dangerous stage of human life. Small infections could become fatal. Minor weakness could turn deadly. But humans adapted. Slowly. Over generations. Every surviving child became a lesson for the next. Ancient humans experimented constantly. Plants that reduced pain. Natural substances that reduced infection. Foods that restored strength. It wasn't science in the modern sense. But it was observation. Trial. Error. Survival. And it worked, just enough to keep life going. Today, the world is different. Hospitals exist. Medicine exists. Technology protects us. But something changed quietly. We became more isolated. Where once many people raised a child, now it is often just a few. Safer, yes. But different from what evolution designed. So how did human babies survive the ancient world? Not because they were strong. Not because the world was safe. But because humans did something extraordinary. They refused to let each other fail. And that is the real reason you exist today. Because somewhere in your past, enough people worked together to keep one fragile life alive. And that changed everything. If this story changed the way you see human life, subscribe for more deep documentaries like this. Because every human story starts much deeper than we realize.